Hello and welcome to CricTracker's In the Air show, where I have with me Anirban Bose to discuss about South Africa versus Australia in Ikana Stadium, Lucknow. And we have a lot to discuss about the same because Anirban, we all know this match is going to be one such exciting and entertaining match because it is against South Africa and Australia. Now, why I'm saying this? South Africa is in hell of a form right now. Their batters are scoring runs all over the park. They are hitting all the shots they have in their books of cricket. And with Australia, right now they're not in the best of the situations, but they do know how to make a comeback. So today we can expect a cracker of a match, and that's why we are here. And Irwan, if we discuss about South Africa versus Australia, what comes first in your mind? Because I remember that match in 1999 when they're having 22 balls and 1 run. There was some kind of a calculation, or I said miscalculated kind of a target. But what comes to your mind? What's your memory of this?
I haven't seen that match, but South Africa might have faced Australia in the 2019 World Cup. And 2015, it was a group stage match, but they didn't face because they were in two different groups. They faced New Zealand in the semi-finals of the 2015 World Cup, and 2011 also they didn't face South Africa. So I think that I am also uh, sure about the 1999 World Cup where Alan Donald got run out for just 1 run was required in the last ball, and the confusion was made, and Australia qualified for the final match because they were higher in the top of the table in the Super
Yeah.
Six table. So that is one. When it comes to South Africa, they are one of the most. I feel that they are the one of the most unluckiest side in the World Cup because we
Yeah.
have seen that they have choked so many times in the semi-finals or the quarterfinals, being one of the favorites of the World Cup as well. But I think that South Africa this time has been a sensational team. They have come back from a 2-0 to down against Australia in a bilateral series to win the series 3-2. So they have been in sensational form, and I feel that in the semi-final of the 2007 also Australia met South Africa. In that time, South Africa was again beaten by Australia in the semi-final, and hence Australia is like almost that is why they are the five-time champions. The temperament, the under pressure matches, they know how to take those out. And we have seen that Australia against India in the first match, they were bowled out for 199. That was a difficult pitch to bat on in Chennai, relatively a slow track. But when the bowlers were bowling in under lights, Mitchell Stark, Josh Hazelwood, Pat Cummins, they were sensational. They almost made a comeback, and that is why they are the big team again, like in the World Cup, and you can never write off them.
Right. So today as well, like we can definitely expect a cracker of a match because both the teams, like we were already discussing, South Africa as being the chokers. They've named as that because they have choked a lot of time that they're yet to win a World Cup because they have. I think they have never won any ICC trophy, right, Anirban? South Africa is yet to win any ICC trophy either in T20 format or in Test format or in ODI format. They have never won, and this time they're looking very much promising because the way their batters are scoring. So if you talk about the recent form of South Africa, they are in like one hell of a time they are in right now. They are like they're giving all the good numbers, they are giving all the promising talents, they are having all this atmosphere and people in top notch form. And this time I don't think so there has to have a reason to them for them to choke. Maybe mindset, maybe not more than that, because skill level they are like scoring runs. अभी recently उन लोगों ने 400 प्लस स्कोर्स 2 बार अचीव किया है, और इसके अलावा 300 प्लस स्कोर्स को भी ऐसे चेस कर रहे हैं, इस तरीके से स्कोर कर रहे हैं. इट्स लाइक देयर डेली लाइफ. एवरी डे हम 300 स्कोर कर लेते हैं. इट्स लाइक दैट फॉर देम. बट इफ यू टॉक अबाउट ऑस्ट्रेलिया, आई एम सॉरी. So for Australia, in the last 7 ODIs, they have lost six and won only one match, which was against India, and that was a dead rubber too because India has already won that series. And at that time, they were experimenting as well. वो अपने full throttle में भी नहीं थे Australia, but they still managed to win a match. But I think they are like, are they really facing some problems in Indian pitches? Because as we see the last match, which was the first match of the Indian contingent for this ODI World Cup as well, they were playing in at Chennai. They were like all the stuff. They were putting all the effort. But once the Indian spin department came into the picture, everything got thrashed. And like for Australia, it was like anymore. So can we see something like, do Australia need to work on their how to tackle the spin, or should South Africa make it a point and bring in Tabrez Shamsi against Australia today?
See, in Chennai, whatever has happened because we everybody knows that Chennai pitch is always favoring the spinners. I don't know why
Hmm.
South Africa haven't brought their like spinners, and like only Zampa and Maxwell is almost a half spinner who can bowl 6 7 overs, give you some honest day, he can give you 3 2 3 wickets from the top order. But the problem with that is when you only have one main spin bowling option, that's where Australia lacked against in the chase against India. Otherwise, if they have like India, if they have would have 3 spinners, अगर 3 spinner उनके पास रहते, so I would have thought that like India, so I would have thought that they might have a chance to win that match as well. So I think that playing is not a problem because already we know that how David Warner and how Steve Smith is good at playing spin and how experienced they are playing in the Indian conditions as well. With Pat Cummins, Mitchell Stark, they all of them are very experienced and all the batters as well. I think the batters with Smith and Warner, I think they are one of the best experienced overseas side with experience in playing in Indian conditions because they have played so much of IPL. They know the spinners, they know the bowlers, how they'll bowl, they know the pitch, how it will perform. Yes, it was a 1 day off for Australia, and I don't think that today there might be any problem facing Tabriz Shamsi at all.
Right. And we have got this toss again. As Australia has opted to bowl, they have won the toss. Finally, something good at least going for the Australia this time. But let's take a look at the pitch report as well, because how this Ikana Stadium's pitch is going to play. Pat Cummins is not very sure, but this is how it has been behaving so far in the history of cricket. The Kannat Stadium pitch in Lucknow has been on the slower side of the spinner, and the batsmen have been struggling to time their shots. The team winning the toss should likely look to bat first on this track. Pacers have claimed 26 wickets, while spinners have taken 26. In 4 ODIs at this ground, batting first won 2 times while chasing one in 2 matches. Now, ironically, this pitch report says that whoever wins the toss should choose to bat first, but Australia has done, they have opted to bowl first. Now, if I remember this last international cricket match played in Lucknow's pitch, that was when Hardik Pandya was the captain and we were playing against New Zealand, and Hardik Pandya called it a shocker of the pitch because that was like so difficult to play. It was so like वो आप उसको समझ ही नहीं सकते what kind of a pitch they were giving. और उसके चक्कर में लखनऊ पिच के जो क्यूरेटर थे उनको फायर कर दिया गया था because that was not up to the international standard as well at that time. It was coded like that. How can you make such kind of a pitch? Now, cut to that picture. It has been more than 6 months and 7 months. Now we are seeing another international match in Lucknow. So what should we expect on it? Is it like already Pat Cummins has said during the toss, he has no idea what the pitch is going to be. But what exactly are we going to expect? Another cracker or a shocker?
मुझे लगता है कि अच्छा पिच होगा. आई फील दैट इट विल बी अ गुड पिच टू बैट ऑन बिकॉज पिछले 3 4 महीने आईपीएल के बाद भी 2 3 महीने 3 4 महीने समय गया है कि लाइक कोई मैचेस नहीं खेला गया है लखनऊ में तो फ्रेश पिच रहेगी तो जो टीम मुझे क्या पता नहीं क्यों क्यों पैट कमिंग्स ने बॉलिंग पहले चूज किया क्योंकि फ्रेश पिच है तो बॉल बैट पे जरूर अच्छे से आएगी तो चेजिंग में उनका शायद ये है कि चेज हम लोग अच्छा चेज कर सकते हैं जितने भी हम टोटल पे हम लोग रेस्ट्रिक्ट कर देंगे उसके बाद हाँ उनके पास वो है काबिलियत भी है उनके पास वो बॉलिंग लाइनअप भी है जिसके लिए वो लाइक रेस्ट्रिक्ट भी कर सकते हैं साउथ अफ्रीका को 400 रन जरूर बनाए पहले मैच में साउथ अफ्रीका पर आज तो उनको जीरो से स्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा और मुझे लगता है कि नया गेम नए नए सोच के साथ मुझे लगता है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया आज का थोड़ा अपर हैंड रहेगा क्योंकि
Hmm.
स्टार्क जिस फॉर्म में है पिछले मैच में जिस तरह से उन्होंने बॉलिंग किया है तो मुझे लगता है कि सही डिसीजन है अपने बैटर्स को बैक भी कर रहे हैं थोड़ा कि आप लोग रन्स बनाइए आके चेज
Hmm.
कीजिए क्योंकि पहले बैटिंग करके उन्होंने फेल हो गए उनके बैट तो मुझे लगता है कि आज थोड़ा बॉलर्स को भी मौका दिया है कि कैसे वो लोग परफॉर्म कर पाए क्योंकि पिछले मैच में लाइक टॉप ऑर्डर को डिसमेंटल कर दिया था इंडियन टॉप ऑर्डर को तो मुझे लगता है कि उसके बाद थोड़ा मैच प्रेशर रिलीज हो गया तो इंडिया ने मैच लेके चला गया तो आज लगता है कि पिच थोड़ा फ्रेश रहेगा लाइक बैटर के लिए और थोड़ा मतलब जब 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 गेम थोड़ा आगे बढ़ेगा मुझे लगता है कि स्पिनर्स प्ले में आएंगे
ओके. सो आज के मैच से हम लोग क्या कुछ एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं? निर्माण इज राइटली टेलिंग यू दिस, बट प्लेयर्स टू नजर डाल लेते हैं इंडिया और ऑस्ट्रेलिया की तरफ से कि हम किन से एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं. सो टुडे फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रेलियन साइड, व्हेनेवर स्टीवन स्मिथ प्लेज, this is definitely his spot to capture, which is player to watch out from Australian side. He has been playing 146 matches. He has scored 5,100 runs, 44.35 his average, 87.39 his strike rate, 30 50s and 12 hundreds he has scored already. Now, if we go to the South African side, here comes the one guy from Durban, Quentin. He has played 146 matches, the same number, wow. And runs, he has scored 6,276, averages 45.15, strike rate is 96.05, 30 50s and 1800s he has scored. I was just going through some content over Quentin de Kock, and he has really been that great of a player who has really grown with each and every match he has played for the country itself. But if you talk about the players to watch out from your angle, Anirban, other than Steven Smith and Quentin de Kock, which player do you think is capable of being the player to watch out from both the sides?
जैसे बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं तो मुझे लगता है कि मिचेल स्टार्क शुड बी, जिस फॉर्म में वो है, ही
Oh.
बिकेम द फास्टेस्ट टू रीच द 50 विकेट्स इन द वर्ल्ड कप, ओडीआई वर्ल्ड कप हिस्ट्री. उन्होंने जो बैक किया उनको और शायद 22 विकेट्स चाहिए ग्लेन मगराथ का 71 विकेट्स को बीट करने के लिए, जो कि हाईएस्ट विकेट टेकर है वर्ल्ड कप के हिस्ट्री में. तो मुझे लगता है कि मिचेल स्टार्क यहाँ इस ऑस्ट्रेलिया की खेमे से द प्लेयर टू वॉच आउट फॉर. एंड साउथ अफ्रीका से मुझे लगता है कि आज हेनरिक क्लासन का जो फॉर्म वो लेके आ रहे हैं, लाइक जो जिस तरह से उन्होंने बैटिंग किया है, जिस तरह से उन्होंने पूरे ओडीआई फॉर्मेट का मतलब मोमेंटम चेंज कर दिया, जिससे रूथलेसली वो बैटिंग करते हैं, जिस दिन वो उसका उनका बल्ला बोलता है, तो मुझे मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई और बॉलर उनके सामने टिक पाएगा. तो मुझे लगता है कि हेनरिक क्लासन शुड बी अ प्लेयर टू वॉच आउट फॉर साउथ अफ्रीका.
ओके, सो आप लोग भी कमेंट सेक्शन में बता सकते हैं विच प्लेयर डू यू थिंक इज गोइंग टू स्पिन बेसिकली दिस मैच अराउंड देयर टीम इटसेल्फ, बिकॉज सभी टीम्स के खिलाड़ियों से यही उम्मीद होती है कि जब जरूरत पड़े तब जरूर शो अप करें. सो आज के लिए वो कौन सा खिलाड़ी हो सकता है फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रेलिया और साउथ अफ्रीकन एंड विच यू थिंक इज गोइंग टू बी द प्लेयर टू वॉच आउट. अभी डिस्कस करते हैं दिस. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट दिस माइंडसेट, अनिर्बान, so we all know कि South Africa is coming from a big win in this particular tournament. They have scored a win of 102 runs, which is a huge win in World Cup to start off. And if we talk about Australia, they're coming up with a loss. And also, as I rightly mentioned before as well, in back-to-back 7 matches, they have lost 6 and one only they have won, which was a dead rubber. So do you think this kind of these results is going to affect the mindset of the teams, and it might, you can see it on this particular match, South Africa is dominating Australia and Australia is getting dominated. Is it going to be the picture?
मुझे नहीं लगता कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया को डोमिनेट कर सकते हैं. पिछले मैच में जरूर खराब परफॉर्मेंस की वजह से हार गए. ऑफ कोर्स
Mhm.
मतलब जिस तरह से उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था, मतलब मैं बैटिंग नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, बॉलिंग का बात कर रहा हूँ, कि जिस तरह से
Mhm.
उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था, अगर वो मिचेल मार्श को विराट कोहली का कैच पकड़ लेके, क्या पता कि मैच का सिचुएशन कुछ अलग ही होता है उस मैच में. तो वो
Right.
एक कैच ड्रॉप हो गया, फील्डिंग में थोड़ा मतलब प्रॉब्लम हुआ है. एक कैच को पूरा मैच ने पूरा चेंज कर दिया था उस दिन. तो मुझे लगता है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया आर अ बिग साइड. वो लोग पता है उनको 5 बार ऐसे ही नहीं चैंपियंस हुए वर्ल्ड कप जैसे टूर्नामेंट में. 5 बार चैंपियंस होना मतलब ऑलमोस्ट लाइक ह्यूज माइलस्टोन. तो मुझे लगता है कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया आज शायद उनका क्रिकेट बेटर करेगी, आज उनका बेटर फॉर्म उनका लेके आएगी, और साउथ अफ्रीका को आज शायद हरा सकती है ऑस्ट्रेलिया.
Right, and as we were talking, discussing about the bowling attack as well, South Africa can say Shabris Tamsi is gonna pitch in for this match. और एक question आया है यहाँ पर, I'm gonna take it for Anirban. Shubham Srivastav is asking if pitch turns, don't you think Australia lacks quality spinners in their rank? अब South Africa ने तो अपने खेमे में add कर लिया है एक spinner, but do you see this that Australia is lacking the rank spinners, quality spinners?
हाँ, हाँ, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि एक लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनर का वो लोग लैक करे, जो कि एस्टन एगर उन लोग को देते, जो कि रूल्ड आउट हो गए, जिसकी जगह मार्नस लाबुशेन है. पर मार्नस लाबुशेन लेग स्पिन बॉलिंग करते हैं, पर वो पार्ट टाइम स्पिनर है. ऐसा नहीं कि वो आपको पूरे 10 ओवर देंगे. तो मुझे लगता है कि जैम्पा के ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर हो जा रहा है. मैक्सवेल भी अगर किसी दिन मतलब रन रन ने मतलब रन उनके बॉलिंग से निकल गया, क्योंकि मैक्सवेल उतना प्रेशर नहीं कर पाता है, जो कि तबरेज शमसी, केशव महाराज ये और एडन माकरम भी आके क्रिएट करेंगे. और तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि मुझे लगता है कि रैंक्स में बहुत यहाँ पे थोड़ा क्वालिटी लैक कर रहा है ऑस्ट्रेलिया का, जहाँ पे इंडियन कंडीशन है, जहाँ की आपको स्पिनर्स लेके आना चाहिए था और ज्यादा।
Okay, so all in all, we can hope is a good competitive match from both the teams because that's what they're known for. चलिए एक बार social tracker पर नजर डालते हैं कि what exactly people are tweeting about this particular clash of South Africa versus Australia. This is CricTracker's tweet over it: fearless battle versus pace bowling. Who do you think will win the battle tonight? So हम देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर दोनों ही teams की अपनी अपनी एक जो यूएसपी है उसके साथ उतर रहे हैं। तो आज क्या होगा रिजल्ट आप कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बता सकते हैं। अब देखते हैं अगला ट्वीट। डेविड वार्नर enjoys playing against South Africa in ODIs as he scored 1213 runs with an average of 43.32। और ये डेविड वार्नर वर्सेस साउथ अफ्रीका इन ODIs, नॉट जस्ट इन वर्ल्ड कप बट द ऑल इंटरनेशनल मैचेस। He has played 28 matches in which he has scored 1000 plus runs. 43.32 is his average. So he really enjoys playing against South Africa. So this is going to be a big challenge for them to keep David Warner shut against them because whenever he comes to the pitch, he's going to score. Let's take a look at another tweet. The venue of South Africa versus Australia, beautiful ground, Ikana Cricket Stadium. It's a new ground. बहुत ज़्यादा international matches इस ground ने देखे नहीं हैं because it's like the second ground in Uttar Pradesh because first was in Kanpur Green Park and afterwards अभी लखनऊ में एक ground है. So वहाँ की audience के लिए भी एक beautiful ground which is going to be this one और आज का मुकाबला इस ground में देखने को मिलेगा. Now the mystery of the day, Lucknow pitch. ढक के रखा गया है इस पिच को और मिस्ट्री है एज राइटली मेंशन्ड बाय पैट कमिंस एज वेल। दे डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू। लास्ट टाइम जैसा मैंने बताया है कि हार्दिक पांड्या के लिए शॉकर था टू सी हाउ दिस पिच हैज टर्न्ड आउट एंड इवन इन आईपीएल वी हैव आल्सो सीन कि ब्लैक सॉइल रेड सॉइल टू काइंड्स ऑफ पिच दे आर गोना बिहेव इन अ डिफरेंट सर्टेन वे सो यू नेवर नो हाउ एग्जैक्टली इट इज गोइंग टू बी and if you prepare for that even then you don't know because it is going to be shocker at any given moment. So this is like something which definitely cricketers don't know but एक चीज तो sure है which is going to be full on entertainment and full on cricket जो हमें good quality cricket चाहिए as fans वो हमें जरूर देखने को मिलेगा. Now thank you so much Anirban for joining me for this discussion. We'll definitely gonna make a comeback to discuss about more and more cricket. You have just one duty: keep on watching Crick Trackers in the air show.